It is now time for the second half. Thank you all for coming back. Hope you had a nice little break. We are ready for some more action here. And our first speaker that's coming up is Nicole DeBoom. Now, Nicole is the founder and CEO of Skirt Sports, and her word is relationship. And don't be tricked, it's not necessarily relationship with others. Spoiler alert. Okay. Nicole DeBoom, give her a warm round of applause. There she is. Thank you.
It was September 12th, 2004. I was standing on the beach of Lake Monona in Madison, Wisconsin. I was nervous as hell. I had been crying a little bit. You see, I always got very emotional before my big races because I put so much into the journey to the starting line, and I didn't want to fail. I waded into the water, the gun went off, and off I went. This was the 2004 IronMan, Wisconsin. A 2.4-mile swim, followed by 112 miles on the bike, followed by a 26.2-mile marathon run, all at one time, all in one day, all without stopping. I was a professional triathlete, and I had a chance to win the race that day. But to do that, I would have to have a very special day, pull out all the stops, and maybe even have a little secret weapon. So I came off the bike that day in third place. Third, I was in the hunt. I ran into the transition tent, dumped out my transition bag, and started getting ready for that marathon run. Put on my running shoes, my running socks, I put on my visor, my sunglasses, I downed a caffeinated energy gel, which I always did because you need it. But there was one more thing. 2 little pieces of red mesh fabric sewn onto an elastic race belt. It was a running skirt. Just long enough to cover my butt, but not so long that it would feel heavy. You see, I had spent the last 9 months consumed by an idea. I operated under the philosophy that if I looked good, I'd feel good, and if I felt good, I'd perform better. Pretty simple, right? That philosophy became the catalyst for an idea that I might start a women's clothing company that would do just that, create cute clothing so they could look good and gain confidence, right? So that day, I snapped on that little race belt skirt, and I took off running. I entered the University of Wisconsin-Madison run course, this hilly course up and down and around the campus, and there were crowds of people out there. There was amazing energy in the audience. And as you came running up, the spectators were so excited. First of all, you had to be careful that what they handed you was actually Gatorade because they were on a football weekend hangover that day. That's all right. So as I would come up, they were so excited to see the leaders, and they would be like, oh, it's another woman. Oh, who is it? It's the third woman. Go, third woman. And I would run by, and then I would hear them as I ran by say, what is she wearing? Is she wearing a skirt? It's like, go, third woman. Is she wearing a skirt? And it was this energy that sort of fueled me, the whole loop. Pretty soon, I passed the second place woman. And then I entered the second lap of the run, and that's when it started to get tough. Seriously. It hit 90 degrees. I was battling leg cramps. I definitely was getting dehydration. I started dumping water on my head, and that's when I realized that that little skirt was more than emotional fuel that day. She was a natural cooling mechanism. Because normally, when you get hot, you dump water on your head, you get about 5 seconds of immediate gratification where it screams down your uniform and dumps right into your shoes, creating a squishing, annoying squishing noise for the next 10 miles, right? You guys hear me? You had this happen? But that day, dumped on my head, went straight down my swimsuit, hit the skirt, diffused through that little red mesh fabric, got to the edge and just clung on the hem, swished along, cooling me off. Right about then, I saw the first place woman, and I knew I was going to catch her, and I did, and I went by her without looking back. But this is an Ironman. There was still 10K to go, and anything can happen in the last 10K of an Ironman. My mind, everything within me wanted to stop, wanted to just take a walk break, slow down for a minute, but I knew that if I did that, I may never start again. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. And here's what happened.
there she is, Nicole DeBoom, your Ironman champion. She had a game plan, she stuck with it, it paid off, and now she has one to join her husband Tim as an Ironman champion.
I went through a bunch of downs on the bike and I just hung in there. Tried to trick my body, and on the run I just, I don't know if I went too hard at the beginning, but I held on, so that was good, but man, I'm exhausted. I need a nap. I need a nap. That's what I said on national TV. I did it though. I won the Ironman that day. Wearing those 2 pieces of red mesh fabric, the first ever running skirt. Yes. So this was a literal Ironman triathlon, 2.4 miles swimming, 112 on the bike, and 26.2 on the run. Most people will never do a literal Ironman triathlon, but it doesn't mean you don't all have an Ironman to conquer in your lives. An Ironman is an event that requires a journey that you must commit to, mind, body, spirit. It will push you to your limits. It will make you think you're never going to get to the finish line. It's tough. It's tough. Can you all think about the Ironmans you may pursue in your lives or that you've already pursued? I see some heads shaking. Well, an Ironman could be deciding to get off the couch, change your life, go out and register for your first 5K. That's an Ironman. An Ironman could be getting sober at age 35 after 2 decades of drinking, something I did just 3 years after that Ironman win. That's an Ironman. Awesome. An Ironman could be holding on to a friend or family member's hand as they decide that they are going to walk down the road and beat cancer, and you commit to taking the journey with them. That's an Ironman. We all have an Ironman to do in our lives, and it will test you from the inside out. So, how do you get to the finish line of a seemingly impossible race? Something you just don't think you can do. Well, I am here to tell you that for the first time in your life, there really is a magic pill. It's called positivity. Yes. Positivity is the simple belief that a good result will happen. That's it. It opens us, it expands our horizons. Positivity makes us happier people. The opposite of positivity is called awfulizing. This is when we think of the worst possible outcome that could happen. And we all do this sometimes. The phone rings and you're like, oh my God, who died? Okay, that actually is a little extreme, but it does happen. But people who go there, and they go there again and again and again. Awfulizing tightens us, it closes us, it makes us more negative people, and it is no way to walk this world. Which is why you need to work on and pursue some tips and tricks to helping take yourself into more of a positivity realm. I'm serious, there are tips and tricks that you can learn to be more positive and to harness that positivity in your lives. Remember that skirt I was wearing in the race? Was that just a skirt or a secret weapon, or was it maybe a lucky charm? Does anyone here believe in lucky charms? Well, I'm not the only one who believes in lucky charms. See this guy? Only the best basketball player of all time. See those little blue shorts peeking out under his Chicago Bulls shorts? Those are his University of North Carolina basketball shorts. They gave him courage and strength and grounding. They set the stage for him to go on and become the best player of all time. He wore those shorts under his Bulls shorts in all of his games, despite the fact that you would think wearing 2 big, huge pairs of baggy men's basketball shorts might actually weigh you down. Clearly, they didn't. This is Dana Vollmer, one of the best distance swimmers of all time. Dana has a special thing for an animal, the elephant. It speaks to her. It gives her confidence. It gives her courage. It gives her strength. Before the 2012 Olympics, she saw these earrings and she knew she needed to have them and wear them in her race, despite the fact that swimmers shave down every single particle of hair from their entire bodies so they can slip through the water more aerodynamically. You would think that putting 2 metal studs in your ears would create more drag, and they probably did, but it didn't matter because the psychological benefit she got from wearing those outweighed that. She went on not only to win the gold medal in the 2012 Olympics in the 1,500-meter free, she set a world record. Cool, huh? So it is not always possible, though, to grab a running skirt or a pair of elephant earrings or 2 pairs of shorts, right? Or to have something in your hand or wear it on your body and have that lucky charm with you. So there are other things that you can do with your body to actually create that realm of positivity. The first of which requires something very small, a little muscular twitch of your lips. It's called smiling. Look at all those smiles. I like it. Yes, science shows us that smiling creates happy chemicals, endorphins, creates a rush of endorphins in your body that's stronger than even chocolate can do. That's pretty strong. I'm still gonna eat my chocolate, but just say smiling's pretty powerful. So here's the thing, there's 2 kinds of smiles, fake smiles and real smiles. Let's do a little exercise, you ready? How many of you think that letter A is the real smile? And how many of you think that letter B is the real smile? All right, B, so why is that? It's in his eyes. Yes, in fact, it's in his entire face. He's completely engaged. But here's the really cool thing. Your body doesn't care and it doesn't know if you fake a smile or you do a real smile. That's why the term smiling through the pain is very, very true. So let's go another step. Smiling is actually contagious. Science also shows us that it is very, very difficult to keep a long face when somebody comes up to you and smiles at you. Yeah, see? She's totally smiling. I got her. So think about it in a race setting. So I'm out there and it hurts and I'm running and I'm just thinking I can't make it and I finally go, okay, fake a smile. So I smile, and then I'm running. But as I run up to a group of people, they see me smiling, and they immediately reflexively copy my smile. And so then they smile at me, and then my fake smile becomes a real smile, and then we're all smiling at each other. It's this huge vortex of smiling positivity. And then you go on and you win the Ironman wearing a skirt and a smile. Wow, it's awesome. And by the way, that skirt became a women's clothing company that has been serving up happiness and confidence to women for over 10 years now. So there. So, not only am I a business owner and an athlete and a positivity advocate in this world, I'm a mom. I am actually a 44-year-old mom of a beautiful, rambunctious, energetic, strong-willed, self-righteous, crazy, wonderful 4-year-old girl who doesn't sleep much still, which makes me an exhausted 44-year-old mom of a 4-year-old girl who's constantly on the end of my positivity rope. And I need to make sure this time in my life is more important than any other, that I stay on top of these tips and tricks and honing my positivity skills, because while my 4-year-old girl loves herself so much today, I know that there will sadly come a day in the future when she comes home and she decides that she is not perfect just as she is. And that day will break my heart, but it will also be the most important day that we work hard on getting her back to a positive place so that we can rebuild her strength and her courage and her confidence so she can go out and tackle her Ironman someday. So you all have an obligation to work hard on your positivity in your world, not just for you, but for the people around you. And because we all have an Ironman to tackle in this world, and we can all win that Ironman. The finish line is yours for the taking. It's up to you to get there. Thanks.